How many of you have gotten carried away by fairy tales and found yourself on an endless search for your soulmate? But have you stopped to think of your own soul? What is the state of your soul? Do you even know what is your soul? Welcome to my channel. I am Anna. If you are a first-time viewer, thank you for your time and your presence. If you are a subscriber, thank you so very much for your support. Today I would like to talk about ways in which we can take care of the soul. But before we get into it, we need to know firstly what is the soul, and secondly, what is soul care. The soul is considered to be the individual's true self, distinct from the physical body. In Hinduism, the soul is the driver of the body, the presence of which makes the physical body alive. All major religions have acknowledged that each individual has a soul. In Christianity, in Matthew 10:28, it tells us, Jesus says, "Fear not those who can kill the body, but cannot kill the soul." The word soul here clearly refers to that part of the person that continues to exist even after the physical body has died. The Holy Quran also speaks about the soul, and it says that the soul enters the fetus 120 days after conception. The Holy Quran also speaks of the survival of the soul after separation from the physical body, and that death is not the end to human life, but rather it is an appendage to another life. In Hinduism, the Atman or soul is the universal, eternal self. It has no birth and no death. It continues to exist forever. According to their teachings, it is possible that the soul can reincarnate and take on human physical form again. So being backed up by all major religions and from our own experiences, there is no doubt that we have a soul somewhere within us. There is something with a non-physical existence called the soul. Some consider it as the essence of the human being. Soul care is the intentional choice each day to live with the soul in mind, meaning to be conscious of or aware of the soul, meaning also to give attention to the soul. It is the daily practice of waking up with self-compassion, giving care and attention to oneself, and becoming intentional to live different and to be different. To live well, to lead well, and to love well are all important ingredients in soul care. In the practice of soul care, we seek to live undivided, and we see that money or the lack thereof affects our soul. Medical conditions affects our soul, and our healthy or unhealthy relationships affects the soul. It is all connected. When we start soul care within each of us, we find areas in our lives that we seem to have been asleep to, not giving much thought, care, or attention to those areas. Today we are going to learn 6 ways that we can adopt to take care of our souls. Number 1, manage your inner world. Do not allow the troubles of the outer world to get inside of you. To allow oneself to get carried away by a multitude of conflicting concerns like wars and crime, to surrender to too many demands, to commit oneself to too many projects, to want to help everyone in everything, is to succumb to violence. In other words, we invite a war inside of us. Soul care beckons us to refocus care and attention to our inner world. Number 2, create space. Be aware that you must create space for the soul to thrive. To create space means to take away things from our lives that are draining us, robbing us, and holding us captive. Ask yourself, what can I subtract from my life in order to be more intentional about the care of my soul and the souls of those I love. Number 3, spend time in solitude. Solitude allows you to learn more about yourself and to find your own voice. It empowers you to be comfortable with who you are. It allows the imagination to wander and can boost your creativity. Solitude gives you an opportunity to plan your life and reflect on whether you are living a life true to you and your own goals. Number 4, tell your whole story. Telling your whole story is the genesis for healing. Unresolved trauma and unexplored stress in our soul can intensify into toxic trauma, self-hatred, and self-rejection. Something bad done to us, and something good withheld from us are both considered as abuse done to us, to our souls. Telling our story helps us to unpack the issues affecting us emotionally, physically, or making it hard for us to have and sustain healthy relationships. Telling our whole story connects the dots to a larger narrative going on in our lives that we may not have been aware or awakened to. It's important to note that this whole story should preferably only be told to a guidance counselor, a therapist, or a life coach, someone who can give you sound advice and guidance going forward. Number 5, connect to God or higher source. According to theology, the soul is that part of the individual that partakes in divinity. It is believed that the soul has a divine element to it. If for whatever reason you cannot make it to a church, mosque, or temple to pray to God, speak to God as if God is present with you in your own home. God is already within you. All you have to do is acknowledge that divine presence and start communicating with it. Number 6, and last on the list, is learning forgiveness. Forgiveness for our own selves and also for others. Learning to self-forgive for past mistakes is a soul care practice that allows us the opportunity to become a better and more authentic version of ourselves. Forgiving others for their mistakes to us or ills done to us is an essential part of our journey. Forgiveness can lead to healthier relationships, improved mental health, less anxiety, less stress, and less hostility. Sometimes we will have to forgive and still keep our distance from certain people. Know that that is okay. Sometimes it is necessary to keep our peace of mind. In wrapping up, 2 very important words come to mind. Know thyself. Listen to your own desires, fears, thoughts, and concerns. Knowing your deeper self will assist you with self-acceptance and self-love. And just as we view self-love as being vital to being able to truly love another person, knowing yourself, knowing your own soul is equally important in being able to fully embrace the soul of another person. And now that you know more about soul care, and if you actively practice soul care on a daily basis, I am 100% sure it will make you a better mate for your soulmate. All of our souls experience growth and flourish. If this video was helpful to you, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Thank you all for viewing.